Yes, good morning, class. This is Mr. Obi now, the chemistry instructor and the chemistry educator. Yes, previously we are looking at phosphorus and silicon, but they want to start from solution, solvent, solute, and solubility. Sorry if I didn't say it's called solubility. And I want you to do something for me. Please, on your own leisure time, you just read about water and other the types of water, the sources of water, the water pollution. Just read on those aspects so that when next time I just explain about that. Now firstly we have a solution. Solution is a uniform or homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. A solution is formed when a solid such as crystals of copper 2 tetrasulfate 6 dissolves in a liquid such as water. In a simple nutshell, solution is just the addition of solutes plus solvents. Solutes plus solvents gives us solution. Now we go to the types of solution. We have two types based on classification. We have two classifications of solution. Number one is based on their saturation, and number two is based on their size of particles. Now, based on the size of particles, we have two types. We have the true solution and the false solution, which is called a colloidal solution. Now, what is a true solution? True solution are formed when the particles of a solute dissolve such that they are able to get in between the solvent particles. That means when the particles of the solute are not that thin, they are like when it dissolves. That is when we call it a true solution. And in that kind of solution, an homogeneous solution is formed. Example of a true solution is sodium chloride, copper 2 tetrasulfate 6, and so on. Now, a colloidal solution is like something that will not dissolve totally, but some particles should be there. I said this in false solution, the individual solute particles are larger than the particles of the true solution, but they are large enough. They are not large enough to be seen with our naked eye. Example of your colloids is your starch. Yes, when you put starch into water, those things that it will form. Your starch and your albumen. Now move to the next one, which is a solvent. A solvent is a substance, usually a liquid, although it may be solid or gas, which dissolves in a solute. A solvent is a substance which dissolves in a solute. Now, in a solution, when the solvent is higher than the solute, a kind of solution is formed. And when the solute is more than the solvent, another one is formed. Now, let's just continue, we'll get to understand them. The most common solvent in nature is water. It is usually referred to as a universal solvent. Water molecules have a structure with a polar, which is polar in nature. That means anywhere you see the word polar in nature, we're talking about water molecules. Now, one side of the molecule is positively charged, sorry, not privately, positively charged, and the other side is negatively charged. What are the uses of solvents? Topine, top, Turpentine is used to mix waterproof paints for painting walls. In the manufacturing of perfume, aromatic oil are dissolved in ethanol. In laboratory, chlorophyll is extracted by heating leaves in ethanol. The iodine solution for dressing wounds is prepared by dissolving solid iodine in ethanol. Now move to the other classification of solution based um, on their on the strength. Yes, let me use the word the strength. Now, a saturated solution is a solution which contains much solute more than the solvent. Saturated solution contains A saturated solution contains more solvent than solute. Because a saturated solution of a solute at a particular temperature is one which contains as much solute as it can dissolve at that temperature in the presence of dissolved solute particles. The concentration of a saturated solution varies with the solute and the solvent and with the temperature. In a saturated solution, the dissolved solutes and the undissolved solutes are in equilibrium at the particular temperature. Any change in temperature will disturb this equilibrium and the system will alter to counter the change. When a saturated solution is cooled, excess solutes will crystalline out. Now we have supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution is one which contains more of the solutes that it can normally hold at that temperature. Is an unstable solution. Okay, yeah. And that is telling us that in the place of saturated solution, normally the solute is more than the solvent. Now supersaturated is at a particular temperature you put a solute more than, for example, you are mixing something with water and you put a lesser water and you put that thing more. The thing tends to be supersaturated more than the water. Now we have determination of solubility. Solubility of a substance of a solute is in a solvent at a particular temperature is the maximum amount of solute in moles or gram that will saturate 1 dm cube of the solvent at that temperature. Now if you look at that formula, we have been given a formula there. That means the solute that will saturate 1 dm cube of solvents at that temperature. Just like your density, looking for the gram over volume. Now we have the solubility time graph. Solubility graph said if the solubility of a solute in a given solvent are plotted against their respective temperature, a solubility graph or curve showing the effect of the temperature on the solubility of the substance will be obtained for comparing the solubility of the different solutes in a given solvent. Now, and a graph should have appeared here, but you have inability to draw the graph online, so you just that's why I gave you the assignment as draw a solubility curve or graph. Then number 2, give 2 application of solubility curve. Another one I want you to do when you practice at home, pick some questions on solubility, and anyone you have a problem on, and just send it to the number that is sent before to you. Thank you.